What's going on, everyone? Case Project back again, and today we are going to discuss the Thompson family. Um, this is a cold case going back to the mid 90s. Does not get a lot of, never really got much media attention. I think I recall seeing this a couple times on the news back in the mid 90s, but very tragic case, very tragic story, especially when you think that this is a husband, a wife, and two children that went missing. So, all that said, let's dive right into these details here. Once again, if you like the content that I'm sharing with you, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe. Also, by the way, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this case. Give me some of your thoughts. Like to definitely chat with y'all as well. So, Everett Sr., the father, owned the E.A.T restaurant in Park Manor neighborhood of Chicago, Illinois. Now, him and his wife Lydia, they lived with their children, Andrew and Everett, at the 8100 block of South Rhodes Avenue. Lydia's brother Kenneth White moved in with the Thompsons in February of 1996 after his release from prison. He just got done serving a term for rape, and the Thompsons' home had been Lydia's father's. And after he passed, he handed the home on to his three children, each one having 1/3 share of the property. Now, Thompson family was very unhappy and did not like White's presence around the home. Neighbors didn't like him, thought he was really rude, and all that said, Everett's side of the family too could not stand him. They referred to him as the freeloading house guest. Now, things definitely took a turn for the worst on July the 3rd, at about 4 months after when White moved in, when Lydia actually made a phone call to 911 reporting that he threatened to kill her with an axe. Police got to the scene, but the dispute had died down by the time they arrived. They left without making any arrests. But they did take time to look around, see the property, and see what it looked like. That's going to have something to do in a little bit. On July the 5th, Everett's father called him at work. The conversation was normal, but in the middle of it, Lydia called her husband frantic and begged him to come home immediately. She said Kenneth was chasing her around the house with an axe, and she locked herself in the bedroom. Everett told his family about what happened and ended the conversation and left the restaurant. One of his employees was the last person to see him alive. 2 hours later, Kenneth White arrived with the E.A.T company driving Everett's van. He told the manager that Everett had gotten arrested after a car accident and then left. White was wearing white sneakers, and the manager noticed red smears on them. Now, about a week and a half later, on July the 17th, Everett's parents asked the police to check on the family since no one was able to get in any touch with them over the last 11 days. The police went to the Thompson home and found only White, who said his sister and family were good, and they decided to take an impromptu vacation to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where Everett was born and where his parents lived. The police saw no evidence of foul play, and the Thompsons' van was missing, kind of going along with White's story. They left without investigating any further. Over the next few weeks, White told various versions of the impromptu vacation to people, claiming that the Thompsons went to Philadelphia by bus, that they went to Minneapolis, Minnesota by bus, even saying that they took a plane to Hawaii. White was driving the Thompsons' van when he was arrested for falsifying Lydia's signature on a check. But the police didn't realize this contradicted his earlier statement to them. Now, in late July, Everett's parents traveled back to Chicago and tried to find the family. They investigated on their own, talking to employees of the E.A.T company restaurant, but their efforts were unsuccessful. They asked the police to investigate further. Restaurant manager told the police about White's statement the day they last saw Everett, but there's no record of Everett being arrested or anything saying that he was associated with a traffic accident. Authorities learned that in Thompson's absence, Kenneth forged Lydia's signature on his and his other sister's documents to sell the home. An inspector visited the home before the sale was made and noticed that one toilet and one bathtub had been painted red. The kitchen floor had been torn out. These changes had been made some time after the police visited the home on July the 3rd. As I said, they already looked around and saw the differences in the home from their last visit to the most current visit in later July. As they examined the house, the kitchen floor had been fine, and there was no red bathroom fixtures. By the time the police uncovered the illegal sale, the new owners had already had the house gutted for renovation. Police interviewed Kenneth White several times afterward, but did not have probable cause to arrest him. He would go on to move to a trailer park in Gary, Indiana. In July 1997, the FBI searched in and around the trailer and found a pair of men's gym shoes and a boy's sock, both blood-stained. In November of 1997, White was arrested for failure to register as a sex offender. He was released, but was arrested again about a month later for fraud, as he allegedly forged Lydia's name on a check for over $13,000. In a court hearing about the bank fraud, the prosecutor claimed White axe-murdered the Thompson family. The theory was that White wanted the Thompson home to himself and murdered his sister and her husband and children in order to get it. On Christmas Day 1997, White hung himself in jail. He did not leave a note, and before his death, he did not reveal any possible information he may have had in regards to the Thompsons cases. Investigators believe White probably murdered the Thompsons on the 5th or 6th of July, 1996, but never found enough evidence to charge him. Searches of White's home in Gary and the Thompsons' home in Chicago have turned up no human remains. Now, with all that said, I tried to dig up a photograph of Kenneth White, and I had no luck. Very unfortunate circumstances. Like it just kind of said in that latter half, this family was most likely murdered the 5th of July 1996, I'm feeling. What are your thoughts? Share them with me down below. Let me know what you think of this case right here. Changing my format a little bit. Want to share some of these cases, give them a little more attention, a little more detail, so that I can tell you about this case, as well as you can share with me your thoughts, what you think may have happened in this investigation as well. I mean, we're also looking in. This cold case is on 25 years now, so more importantly, I just want to take this case and put it back into, even if it's just the limited audience I have, if it's just the audience I have right here on my YouTube channel or just YouTube in general, I wanted to be able to do that just so that these types of cases just don't keep collecting dust that they more often than not do. I really want to share more cases like this, so I'm already working on one video with some other requests I have, so throw me some more requests. Let me know what you think. Throw me a like, throw me a subscribe, throw me a comment. Keep letting me know, and I will do whatever I can to, share with you the most shocking and most unknown criminal investigations that aren't getting the public eye and the attention that they deserve. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be doing a missing persons video tomorrow, and following that, we will be covering the serial killer by the name of Bruce Lindahl. Really only came to attention to people about a year ago. This man went from essentially being thought of as a suspect in one murder and one rape and one death to possibly up to 12 murders in the Chicagoan suburbs in the late 70s and early 80s. So once again, thanks so much. Take care. Peace.